Hello, everybody. Welcome to Coaching Success Stories. My name is Hemant Deshpande. I'm an ICF PCC credentialed coach and certified mentor coach with ICF. I'm the founder of Hemant Deshpande Career Coaching and also the founder of Career Leadership Circle, which is a fantastic community of more than 100 certified career coaches who are senior professionals who come with rich corporate experience and they're passionate about helping others. And that's why they decided to become professional career coaches through an ICF accredited program. Today, I'm very, very excited to invite and welcome Kanhaiya Diwan, who is a senior professional with more than 25 years of experience, and he comes from IT industry background. And Kanhaiya is someone I know for many years now, and he's someone who is very keen learner, continuously learning and improving himself. Not only that he learns, he also applies what he learns and he does that. And another thing is that he has decided to make a positive difference in the world. So let's hear from Kanhaiya. So Kanhaiya, welcome to Coaching Success Stories. And let me begin this conversation by asking you that what was that moment when you got introduced to coaching, professional coaching?
Hello, Hemant, and hello everyone. The moment which introduced me to coaching, there is a little story behind that,
Sure.
and it started with as everyone knows that there is a up and down in everyone's career, and I was going through a similar phase, and then I was looking for some solution. Unfortunately, I couldn't get any solution at my end. So then one day I was just doing some Googling and I came across Hemant Deshpande career coaching website. That is when I found out your name. Then I went through that site and also did some additional research. And first, I think I decided to get a coaching from you. And that time I realized the power of coaching. And then other factor is that I always love to help others. So that is, I can call it as a passion for me. And then I started thinking, okay, how Hemant has achieved these skills, what he has done differently so that he can coach others, and why I can't do that. So that curiosity made me find out the answers. And one day you announced the certification program. So after attending that program, I decided that this is what I want to do. And then I registered for the coaching certification program.
Yes, I remember that, Kanaya, that first you experienced coaching for yourself, right? And the shifts or the benefits that you got from that coaching experience inspired you, as you said, to become a coach
Yes,
yourself. So
yes.
let's talk about that journey a little bit. That when you were experiencing coaching with me, one-to-one coaching, what were some of the shifts or changes that you experienced yourself?
First of all, I got a clarity which was missing. And earlier, there was no one to help me. But then, when the one on one coaching started, I started getting that help needed. I got the clarity, my confidence boosted, and then my mindset got changed. So, I started trying more things, I started doing more learnings, implementing them. And then I always try to find out some creative way to solution for the challenges that I faced. So that was one shift which the one-on-one coaching made to me.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. Because in India, Kanaya, coaching or professional coaching is still relatively very new.
Yeah.
It started 30, 40 years ago in the US and in the Western countries, but in India it is relatively new. When I became a coach, a certified coach 10 years ago, many people or most people did not know what was coaching or what is coaching.
Yes.
Today things have improved a little bit, but even then the awareness is very low. So you experience these benefits through coaching. So was there any turning point or any inspiration that prompted you or triggered you and you thought, hey, I also want to be a coach? What was there a moment like that?
Yeah, there were multiple such instances while the coaching journey was happening. There were multiple blind spots that were open for me. There were multiple curiosity points which I found out, oh, this is what I was missing. Oh, this is what I was doing wrong. And all such a moments were just getting collected. And then I started thinking, okay, how can I help others for such finding such a blind spots or answers to the questions. So that was another thing which coaching helped me.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I really see that commitment in you to help others. And one of the things which I truly believe is that if somebody wants to be a good coach, first they need to be very good learners. And I think you are a true learner, always learning, always improving, and always trying to do things better. And in addition to that, not only keeping that to yourself but also sharing that with others is something that I see in you all the time. So let's talk about your coach training journey a little bit. So how was the coach training journey? Because earlier you had experienced coaching as a client, and now you were getting trained as a coach. So what were some of the new things that you found out, that kind of maybe surprised you, or something that you found interesting in the coach training?
So first thing is, during coaching, I always used to think why Hemant is asking me this question, or why he is not giving me the solution. Why he is asking me same question in a different ways. And then when I started that coaching program, I started realizing, oh, the reason for those kind of questions was this. What is the purpose of this coaching? How a coach is supposed to help the client or a coachee? And when that coaching certification program started, I started realizing those points. The background of those coaching process, I started learning. Then it also made me think, oh, what can I do? Even after the, in fact, first or second session itself, whenever someone used to talk to me, I used to think in a different way. Instead of
Hmm.
giving solution, I used to think, oh, how can I ask him to think in deeper way? So that was the change which started immediately after first or second session.
Wonderful. Great. So you started realizing that what goes behind, coaching, and you
Doing
started
process,
doing
yeah.
that yourself. You started learning those skills and tools. So all this while you have been in a senior role inside of a company. So I wanted to also check with you that how this coaching as a skill, or coaching competencies and tools, and even the mindset of a coach, did it help you in any way in your professional role also?
Yeah, it did. It also helped me to get my own promotion. That was one thing. The second change was whenever I used to talk to my colleagues or teammates or junior teammates, it used to have a different perspective. I started understanding their views. I started understanding their problems, why they are saying in that way, all those things, and that made me become a more effective.
Wonderful, wonderful. So in your professional role, you could interact with your peers and juniors in a way that was uh, different, in the sense that you started, you know, acting as a coach either directly or indirectly, and
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
helped you. That is wonderful to.
Initial my earlier approach was as an individual approach, which got little changed to as a kind of manager or a coach kind of person. So that was
Wonderful,
one shift.
wonderful, wonderful. Yes. And so this helped you in your professional role as well. Can you talk about some of the tools or competencies that you learned during your coach training program that helped you become more self-aware, and also maybe helped you in helping others?
Yeah. So one of the tool was finding the patterns. So when we did the career journey assignment, I realized how to find out the patterns within a particular person. And in fact, I went through my own patterns. So that was one thing. Second one was the value and strength analysis. So that helped me realize my own values, what are my preferences, and what are my strengths, which I can use for advantage. And then there were other techniques as well, like use of NLP and finding out the passion, all those things. So all those things really helped me to get more clarity.
Wonderful, wonderful. That's great to know.
And that added to my self development as well.
Yeah.
I see a tremendous growth from last 2 to 3 years in my own developments or self development.
Great, great. So inside of that context, that you saw some shifts for yourself, and you could see that that improvement is happening in me, uh, you know, while I'm learning about coaching. So can you give us one or two examples of where you got some feedback from somebody else? It could be your family member, or it could be a peer, or it could be anybody at work. Did you receive any feedback about, did people around you see any change in you?
In fact, my manager, he himself has mentioned this multiple times in last 3 years or 4 years that he does see a major difference in my overall behavior, my overall the way I communicate. In fact, he has given me multiple times feedback that I did very perfect communication on some complex issues. He also mentioned that I have started taking a lot of initiatives, which is helping. So these are at least what I can think of right now,
Sure.
and that has
And
happened multiple times.
yes, and very happy to hear that these shifts are happening. Now let's talk about what difference you are making as a coach, right? I know that you are making a difference in your professional role with, people around you. You're guiding and mentoring, coaching your juniors. uh, have you also tried to coach a few people outside of work?
Yes, definitely. As a practice and as a help, I have uh, done coaching to many coaches, and they all had their individual challenges. Those were different from one to other one.
Yeah, so this is one-to-one coaching
One to
that
one coaching,
you
yeah.
provided
And
to these individuals.
everyone has their own challenges, their
Hmm.
own limitations, limiting beliefs, and all those things. One thing I found is that after coaching, all of them were happy. They had got clarity, and they gave me very positive feedback that the coaching sessions have helped them a lot.
Yes, I remember you sharing those specific messages, and that you received from people that you have coached,
Yeah.
and specific benefits that they have received, after getting that coaching from you. So it was great to see that. Any specific feedback that you still remember, which was like, wow, this is the difference that I made to this person? Anything that you remember specifically?
Yeah, so one coachee mentioned that she wanted to grow, but somehow she was not able to do that, and she had no clarity how to approach. And once I did 3 or 4 coaching sessions with her, she said that those sessions have really helped her to get the clarity and approach her goal. She's on the path of achieving her goal. In fact, she got one certification. She mentioned that to me. And then her other challenge was that communication was a challenge for her. So after our coaching session, she told me that that session has helped her to improve the communication, and that is benefiting her.
Wonderful, wonderful. So you're making a lot of difference to these people that you're coaching on pro bono basis.
Yes.
You're coaching them on
And
complimentary
I'm
basis.
happy on that.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that you're making a difference. You're happy, and so let's talk about. See, so far we have talked about the benefits of coaching and the tools and all that, but you mentioned about the happiness part of it, right? So when you coach someone, And when they are seeing that difference, when they are improving, when they are achieving something, how do you feel as a coach?
See, first thing is I become happy when I help someone and they realize the value of that help. When they get the benefits of that help, I feel happy for myself. And when I did coaching for all these coaches, I felt that they have got a lot of values from that, and they are using that knowledge, experience to their benefits, their advantage, and they are growing with that. So that is something is making me always happy.
Absolutely, it's very fulfilling experience
Yeah.
that you are making a positive difference in the world. So that is fantastic, Kanhaiya. And see, you come with a lot of corporate experience. Yes. So how how this experience was useful to you in your coaching?
Yeah, it was definitely useful. The reason is, you remember in one of our sessions, I mentioned that, okay, Hemant, I feel that how I'm going to coach someone else. And
Yes.
during that session, you mentioned that, see, you have 25 plus years of experience, and that is what you're going to use. And when I started thinking on that, each and every challenging situation that arose during the sessions, I used to think that point. And then, okay, I used to get some solution from that thought. Okay, this is what I have done in my past. I can ask the coachee to do this. And that really helped.
Wonderful.
So that is how I have used my so far whatever experience that I have got
Yes.
in all of the coaching sessions.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Because your experience at in your career is going to be of use to so many people
Yes.
through your coaching is a methodology through which you help people, and in that you actually leverage your experience. So it's like a you know fantastic combination.
In fact, I would say this is the best place to use our experience.
Yes, exactly, right, absolutely. So one of the things is that many people become coaches, but some of them don't go through the training properly,
Hmm.
or they don't get a certification properly, or they don't understand ethics of coaching properly, but you have gone through that training, right? So how do you see that differently, as in people who go through training, understand ethics, is there any difference it makes to you? What is your view on that?
See, first of all, I am a person by nature that I trust others and I expect trust from others as well. So if
Hmm.
I'm sharing something which is confidential to someone else and I say that, okay, please don't disclose this with someone else, I expect that person to respect that.
Yes.
And if he doesn't, then I probably might go, I might become angry or I might
Hmm.
feel very bad.
Yes.
And coaching is one such a area where confidentiality does matter, integrity does
Definitely.
matter.
Hmm.
And what I found is throughout this journey, everywhere I got that safe space. So I was always eager to share my knowledge, my mistakes, my experiences without any hesitation because I was sure that this is a safe space. I can
Yes.
definitely share whatever I feel. And I loved that sessions. That's why, because I was always free to open and free to speak.
Yes. So you learned that through your own training, and you're providing that to your clients,
Yeah.
right? So that brings me to the next question, which is about the community of coaches that we have. So you have been part of that community and active, member in that community. So what are your, how will you describe that community?
It's an awesome community. I haven't met any such a community in my past. I'm always ready to join any sessions or sharing sessions with that community. And there is lot of knowledge sharing, lot of, in fact, I would say that I never had such a network in my past. My network has grown in very fast and at a very fast speed. So that is one advantage I took from this community.
Sure.
And all are sharing their experiences, their knowledge, and they are ready to help each and everyone.
Absolutely. And recently we had our Ignite event, which was
Yeah.
our
It was
in-person
fabulous
event
event.
on 11th of May, and you were there and you shared your story also in that event. So, how was your experience of the event? Would love to hear
It
that
was
from you.
awesome event. I still remember those entire days events, how we interacted with each others, how we got different stories, success stories from different people, the knowledge that you shared and the Milin shared. All those things are still there in my memory. And whenever I think something different, this is what I learned from that session. This is what I need to implement. So it's always something which is there back of mind, and I'm trying to learn and use it always.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful to know that, Kanhaiya. And one other question, which many people think about, right, is that hey, I am still in a job, in a good job, I'm in a full-time job. So why should I look at coaching, or is it the right time for me to learn coaching? So what will you say to those?
See, what I would suggest is if helping others or bringing up the society or helping society is one of your passion, if you think you can make a difference to society, if you have experience and knowledge to help others, then I would definitely recommend to do this certification program. Maybe it's a small bit, but you can definitely help the society. And as
Absolutely.
you go on helping, that a small bit might become a bigger one. And just do it. Uh, that is based on my own experience, the way I have evolved, the way I have started helping others. I would suggest that go ahead and take that risk and start fulfilling your dreams.
Wonderful. That's a wonderful message. So when you look back at your own journey of the last 3 to 4 years, where you started from and where you are today, so how will you describe that journey for yourself?
So in fact, when you asked me this question, I was just trying to visualize or imagine. So if you ask me to plot a graph, probably my initial graph was kind of flattened one, and it suddenly went up. That is how I can explain the entire journey since my starting of career till now.
Wonderful. That is so amazing to hear that. And before we complete our conversation today, Kanaya, anything, that one line or one closing message that you want to give to people who are listening to this and maybe who are considering should I become a coach? So anything that you want to say to people who are thinking about considering about starting a coaching career?
So what I would like to say is, if helping others is your passion, or if knowledge is what you want to share with others, and you have experience and knowledge, do coaching certification and help the society.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
It will grow as a society as well as your own growth.
Yeah. Fantastic. Thank you, Kanaya, for your time today. It was a
Thank you,
fantastic
Hemant.
conversation, very inspiring. And I'm sure all of you who have been watching this conversation, this interview as part of the coaching success stories, you are inspired as well. So, what Kanaya shared, what is possible for Kanaya, absolutely it is possible for you. And in fact, the world is waiting for you. So, if you have been thinking about becoming a coach, and making a positive difference in the world, go for it. The world is waiting for you. So thank you, Kanaya, once again, and
Thank you,
thanks
Hemant.
everyone.